Let's walk through the steps involved in downloading and installing Dynamics GP 2010. In this video, we're going to review 4 key pieces: the download of the software from customer source, the installation of the software itself, and then the creation of the sample company and GP company. Let's start with the download. From your web browser, let's navigate to Microsoft.com. Once you're on the Microsoft website, let's do a search for customer source. And that's all one word. From the results of that search, the first link takes us to the customer source page. And from there, there's a link just down a little bit that'll take us to the customer source login page. From the customer source page, you should have received an email from Microsoft with your user ID and password. Enter that information. Select the company that you're associated with. And now we're logged into customer source. From the left-hand panel, let's select Programs and Downloads. Select your product, Dynamics GP, and the version is 2010. And ask that to display the results. And the first link will take us to the download page for Dynamics GP 2010, along with the other software associated with Dynamics GP 2010. I'll scroll down this page and we'll get to the download section. And I'm looking for the download that's titled RTM, the Release to Manufacture. This is the code base for Dynamics GP. It will be downloaded using the Microsoft File Transfer Manager. Just select a local location on your computer and download to that area. After the download's been completed, the next step is to do the installation of the software. Use Windows Explorer and navigate to that location where you downloaded the software. You may need to unzip the download and then look for the setup.exe file. Double-click on that and that'll launch the wizard that will install Dynamics GP 2010. Select Install Dynamics GP, select English as the language, accept the terms. From this window you can download any of the additional products you might have purchased. Enter the name of the SQL server that you installed previously. And the installation process will begin. Depending on the speed of your server, this may only take a few seconds or maybe a couple of minutes, but the total process for the installation of the software shouldn't take very long. Once that's completed, then we'll be ready to move on to the next step in the process, which is the creation of the Dynamics GP companies and the creation of the databases associated with them. Now we can do the actual installation of the companies. To install your companies, we'll need to start by going to the Start button and then Program Files. Find the Microsoft Dynamics folder open the GP 2010 folder and select GP Utilities. Using the ODBC connection and the SA and SA password, go ahead and log into the GP Utilities and follow through the steps in the wizard. Select Basic and click Finish. And GP will now install the core Dynamics database. This stores all the master information about your system. It may appear during the installation of the Dynamics database, as well as the GP databases, that the system has stalled. Just give it a minute, it'll continue to run. Next, we want to add the sample company data, so you have a practice company to work with. Accept the default locations. Create the lesson user 1 and lesson user 2 IDs and give them passwords. We'll use these for testing purposes in the sample company. And then click Next. This reviews all the decisions that you've made. Go ahead and click Finish, and it'll start to build that sample company database for you. Again, this process, depending on the speed of the server that you're working on, may take a few minutes. If it appears to stall, just let it keep running. Next, we can create the company that you're going to be using for your own purposes. So create